West. The highlights. Legacy government commences statewide polio outbreak response to safeguard children. African Union rejects external threats to Nigeria's sovereignty. And Florentine Tanzania court charges 240 people with treason after election violence. And in sports, Nigeria Football Federation confirms 24-man squad for Super Eagles at 2026 World Cup African Playoff. And now the details. I am Mike James. Lagos State Government, through the State Primary Healthcare Board in collaboration with the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, the World Health Organization, UNICEF and other partners, has commenced a statewide polio outbreak response campaign. The exercise follows the detection of an often circulating variant of poliovirus type 2 in the Makoko area of Lagos mainland local government. The outbreak response is part of concerted national and state efforts to interrupt poliovirus transmission and protect every child from the risk of paralysis. Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Primary Healthcare Board, Ibrahim Mustafa, said routine environmental surveillance had earlier detected a poliovirus variant, an indication of potential ongoing transmission in samples collected from the densely populated riverine community of Makoko. Mustafa explained that the campaign will target children under 5 years of age, irrespective of their previous vaccination status, to ensure that every eligible child is protected. Lagos State Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, through its Multilingual International Resource Center MIRC, has introduced the Adult Language Proficiency class aimed at equipping individuals with linguistic skills in both foreign and indigenous languages. The initiative seeks to promote cultural understanding, improve communication, and expand career opportunities for adult learners. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Abisola Dokumu Adigbite, said the center offers training in Mandarin, English, Yoruba, Arabic and French through flexible learning options such as 2-month intensive classes, part-time, evening and weekend programs. Speaking during a tour of the facility in Maryland, Ikeja, Dokumu Adigbite said the MIRC also provides opportunities for cultural exchange through language exchange programs, competitions and online classes. She also noted that MIRC offers interpretation and translation services in multiple languages and currently serves as the official interpreter for the Lagos State Ministry of Justice. Apapa Area Command of the Nigeria Customs Service has launched the Electronic Cargo Tracking System ECTS, a digital innovation aimed at enhancing national security, boosting revenue generation and facilitating seamless trade across Nigeria's ports. The pilot phase of the initiative was conducted using a container designated for the Kano Jigawa Area Command on the 5th of November, marking the first practical deployment of the technology in real-time cargo monitoring. Customs Area Controller of Apapa Command, Emmanuel Oshoba, who spoke during the launch at the Apapa port, described the ECTS as a strategic innovation that enables real-time monitoring of cargo movement from the point of departure to the final destination. He explained that the system uses electronic seals and handheld devices to track containers, ensuring transparency, preventing tampering and eliminating diversion of goods in transit. Oshoba noted that Apapa Command is serving as the pilot stage for the nationwide rollout of the initiative, and the technology will drastically reduce the need for physical escorts, as customs officers can now monitor cargo movement electronically. And now to the rest of the stories. The African Union Commission has reaffirmed its commitment to Nigeria's sovereignty, religious freedom and the rule of law. AUC was responding to recent statements by the United States suggesting the Nigerian government's complicity in attacks against Christians in the country and threatening military action. In a statement via its X account, the AUC emphasized Nigeria's rights to manage its internal affairs, stressing the importance of diplomacy over military threats. Urging diplomacy over military threats, the AUC called on external partners to engage Nigeria constructively highlighting that any external engagement must uphold Nigeria's sovereignty and territorial integrity. The African Union reaffirmed its readiness to provide support through peace and security mechanisms, capacity building programs, and strategic partnerships. Lagos State chapter of the All Progressives Congress (APC) has expressed strong support for President Bola Tinubu, describing him as a leader delivering measurable progress and stability to the nation. In a statement signed by the party's spokesperson, Seyi Oladejo, Lagos APC said the president's recent address to the Federal Executive Council demonstrated clarity, confidence, and leadership rooted in results rather than political rhetoric. According to Oladejo, President Tinubu's administration is driving reforms that are beginning to yield positive economic gains, including a 4.23% GDP growth, industrial expansion, improved foreign reserves, and a trade surplus of 7.4 trillion naira. He also cited Nigeria's exit from the Financial Action Task Force grey list and a successful $2.35 billion Euro-bound issuance, which are described as a sign of renewed investor confidence in the Nigerian economy. The Lagos APC criticized opposition parties for allegedly engaging in what it called bitterness politics and attempting to undermine the nation's image for political gain. In some foreign news, Tanzanian court has charged at least 240 people with treason following last week's deadly election protest. President Samia Hassan was declared the winner of the election with 98% of the vote, but the opposition, which was barred from contesting, denounced the poll as a sham. Security forces clashed with those protesting against the vote, and according to various sources, hundreds were killed. The authorities have downplayed the scale of the violence and maintained the election was free and fair. And in sports news, Nigeria has announced a 24-man squad for this month 2026 FIFA World Cup African playoffs in Morocco. The Nigeria Football Federation confirmed the list ahead the semi-final clash with Gabon at the Moulay Hassan Stadium in Rabat on November 13. The Super Eagles will need to win that match to reach the final 3 days later, where they could face their either Cameroon or Democratic Republic of Congo, for a place in the Inter-Confederation playoffs. On the list are goalkeepers Maduka Okoye and forward Chidera Ejuke among the notable returnees. And that was our news at noon. Just before we go, do not park at or near a road crossing. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, on Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs. Live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. Visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio live on my Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration completed and inaugurated Ikoyi network of roads, McDonald Road, Lateef Jakande Roads, Milverton and Thompson Avenue? You can also get more details on the Lagos State Government website. And to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Government, through the State Primary Healthcare Board, in collaboration with the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, the World Health Organization, UNICEF, and other partners, has commenced a statewide polio outbreak response campaign. The African Union Commission has reaffirmed its commitment to Nigeria's sovereignty, religious freedom, and the rule of law. We also told you that a Tanzanian court has charged at least 240 people with treason following last week's deadly election protest. And in sport, Nigeria has announced a 24-man squad for this month 2026 FIFA World Cup African playoffs in Morocco. And for contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adewale Olukboroku. My name is Mike James. Good afternoon and thank you for listening.